The moment a man stops trying to impress you, something shifted. He used to show up sharp, intentional, focused on winning you over. Now he's neutral, because he no longer sees a return in effort. See, men invest where they feel valued and withdraw where they feel tolerated.
My ex-boyfriend goes to the same gym as me, and I just saw his truck. How can you still not afford a $300 bumper? You have not had a front bumper since 2023, I think. What are we doing? Okay, what are we doing?
Before you text that man who already didn't text you back, just imagine him opening your text, getting his ego boost, ignoring it, and then proceeding to text the woman he actually wants to talk to. And then she ends up ignoring him because she realizes that he's nothing special. While you're waiting for a text from him, he's waiting for a text from someone else. So be like that other woman and realize that he's nothing special. You deserve someone who prioritizes you. I love you, and follow for more.
How many men would date an unattractive woman?
Exactly.
They wouldn't. They just simply wouldn't, okay? Because they have that standard. If you're unattractive, I don't want to date you. But once a woman has a standard, and it's like, if you're a broke guy, and with broke guys, I don't mean men that are poor.
No.
I mean men that don't know how to create abundance. And that's a big, big issue. See, for example, for me, a broke man, how I classify it is like my dad. My dad refused to work. He doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to figure out how to work. He made my mom work her whole life, and she was taking care of him, okay? He didn't respect himself, and he didn't respect my mother. It was just not in balance at all, and my mom had to be hyper masculine to make up for the lack of masculine energy in the house, right? Now, when you have that, a person that doesn't know how to be abundant, that's a broke guy, okay? It doesn't matter how much money he makes, as long as he's trying, that's an abundant man.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people, they, especially women, they think like, oh, I just need a rich man. I've dated a very wealthy guy, probably the wealthiest guy I've ever dated. He was not generous at all.
Brokey.
Yeah, so that's a broke man. Because what do I have with you? You're showing me every day how much money you're making, but what do I have with
Where
it?
is it?
What do I care how much money you make, you know?
I think the thing that gets a lot of men is that women actually, a lot of these modern women actually expect them to continue taking the gamble when they continue to lose. You know what I mean? I continue to get nothing back. It'd be one thing if I was hitting on something. Oh man, I hit on something. Why not try it again? But I've never hit on anything. Why would I continue to?
It's funny, when I tell people I'm single, they're usually like, oh, you will find somebody. And I'm like, I don't need to find somebody. I'm happy, you know, like I'm peaceful, I'm content, you know, like what do I need someone for, you know, like, I don't know, someone to cook dinner with at night, you know, someone to go to the movies with, you know, like what, go to on a camping trip together, you know, like fall asleep next to you and wake up next to you in the morning and then have a snuggle and just like make memories, reading books and sitting in silence and...
What up? High value men don't tolerate much. To be a high value man, you don't have to just have money, status, etc. You can have all that and still be low valued. What makes him truly high valued is his character and internal strength, his self-respect. When people try to disrespect him, toy with him, get leverage over him, he's quick to leave. He is quick to set boundaries. He will not go out of his way to manage other people's emotions. He is also not a people pleaser. He does not chase. He does not pedestalize people. And he won't let anyone gaslight him into thinking he's not a real man, simply because he won't do what they want him to do. Instead, he invests his energy where it can grow, where not only he can amplify them, but they can nurture him. These types of men are extremely rare. Not many men have self-respect, no matter how much stuff they have. They'll have all the money and status in the world, but still get on their knees for a pretty little face. It's why women will be attracted to him, but not many of them will be able to hold him down. He wants what he wants, but also what's best for him. He knows the wrong partner can destroy his whole life. The ladies may say they want an extremely masculine man, but a lot of them genuinely cannot deal with one, cause he'll choose what gives him peace, not just what looks good. I talk about this stuff more on my YouTube, Join the mutual fam in my bio to grow with me. Drizzle, drizzle.
Modern women don't really know what they want, right? You want a man to take the lead in a relationship, but then you want him to also respect your independence. I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I want you to be decisive, but don't be so decisive that I can't be independent. You got to be so decisive that you got to know when I don't want to be independent. And you got to know when I want to step in and be independent. That's the type of man that I want. You got to know when I want to be told what to do versus when I don't want to be told what to do. And when I don't want to be told what to do, you just get out the way. Huh?
Are they at the gym? Are they at a bar watching football? Are they on a hike? Are they at home doing additional work? Are they at the driving range? Are they getting brunch with their friends? What does a 28 to 40-year-old single man's typical Saturday look like? I'm trying to integrate experiences where I get to meet the male species.
Well, here's what those guys are doing on a typical Saturday. First thing is he's getting in the gym. Okay, he's either doing some kind of gym class, some kind of HIIT class, likely training with a friend or two, right? Or maybe he's doing high rocks, right? Or maybe he's doing like a sport, like paddle or football. He's doing something active, okay? So be somewhere active. The higher level the gym, right? The high quality guys that are going to be there. Second thing, after that, he's probably going for lunch. Somewhere chilled. Nothing crazy. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't need to be fancy, but he's going for lunch, right? Or going for brunch with whoever he just trained with. Then he's going to go home, he's going to shower, he's going to do some work, because obviously if he's a high quality guy, weekends, you don't get the day off. That's how that works. Then in the evening, he's been invited to like some kind of event, maybe like an art gallery, maybe a networking event for the arts industry or tech industry, or maybe even like a charity gala. All right. So there are 3 places you can hit. There you're going to find him.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
The truth about good relationships. We all kind of know this truth, but very few people say it out loud. But once we bring it out into the open, it does a great deal to explain why so few people have good relationships and why so many young people apparently don't seem to be interested in relationships at all these days. Here it is. The truth about good relationships is that good relationships are boring. They're boring. They are not exciting. A good relationship does not have drama. It does not have conflict. It does not have passionate arguments or complex arrangements or high emotion. Good relationships are calm. They're consistent. They're reliable. They run smoothly. And the smoother they run, the less you even notice them. Like nothing attracts attention like a problem, which is a big part of why so many people create them in their relationships. Listen closely. A person's ability to have a good relationship is directly proportionate to his or her capacity to withstand boredom.
And I think a lot of the, or I should say, one of the issues is that modern women come up with this whole list that they quote unquote need from a man. And really a lot of it is just wants, right? He's got to be 6 feet tall. He's got to be emotionally available. He's got to have a 6-pack. He's got to have 6 figures. He's got to be, like I said, emotionally available, spiritually grounded, and all of that. The whole 9 yards. He's got to do this, 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 and this. And then the man turn around and ask, okay, well, what are you bringing to the table? And the answer, and she's probably not going to say that, but the answer is going to be confusion. It's going to be an attitude. That's what it's going to be. Even though I'm saying I really don't want to be bothered with that. Confusion, attitude, chaos. How many people think that that's a fair trade? How many people think that modern women actually, I can answer the question for you. Modern women actually think that that's a fair trade. Men don't, by the way, just so we're clear. Men don't think me bringing a whole host of things to the table. I'm emotionally available. I'm spiritually grounded, all that. And then what I get back from you is confusion, attitude, and you acting silly. They're not going to think that that's a fair trade.
Why are so many women choosing to stay single? And I completely agree that you are probably about to see a lot of interesting responses in this here comment section. I also think men say they want these answers, but then when they are faced with them, have a visceral or automatic reaction that allows them to disregard or say, that isn't me, I'm not doing that. We are the only species that I can think of on the planet that can actually have intellectual intercourse with our potential mates before we even pursue them. Like, we can get an inside guide, a primer to what they want. But all of that is for naught if you do not practice the most important step when we ask a question like this. And that would be to sit back, hold your mouth, and listen. Because you are likely about to see a lot of recurring themes in this comment section. In fact, I will bet my left nut, I will bet you both that you will see a lot of similar answers as to what women want and why they are choosing to stay single. Now that you've had a minute to mentally prepare yourself, let's go ahead and open that comment section and do some mental growth.
Women don't want to always ask. She doesn't want to always ask you to make her day better or tell you how to do it. She doesn't want to always ask you for help where you see she needs it. She doesn't want to always ask for time over and over again. She doesn't want to always ask for flowers and love when she's feeling low. Y'all men want women to be so submissive but don't even pay attention to the small things she needs. How is she supposed to submit to a man who can't take charge and who has a closed mouth, don't get fed, or I can't read your mind attitude?
Once again, a lot of these modern women, they don't really even know what they want. I want an alpha male. I want a man that's decisive, until you start to realize that the decisive man is a man that checks a couple of things, looks around at a couple of things, and he does what? He makes a decision. And so a lot of times he's just going ahead and moving. But I want a man that takes initiative. You don't really even know what a man taking initiative looks like. You're not going to like it. You want too much control. And a man that's decisive like you want, that takes initiative like you want, that man beat and already moved. Whether it's right or whether it's wrong. Just let me know how it goes so the next time I can correct it. If it don't need to be corrected and you just nagging and you complaining, I don't want to hear that. But if it's something that I actually need to hear, I can stop and hear you out. That's how successful men are. That's how successful people are. If I need to stop and hear something and fix it, I can do that. But if you ain't ready to talk about nothing, shut up talking to me. Modern women get in the face of men that are decisive, of men that are moving. We're not talking about being, wealthy and having a lot of money. We're just talking about a man that makes decisions. I know this. I know where I need to go. And you stand in his way. What about this? What about that? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about that? And it drives a man up a wall because I can't get anywhere. I can't do anything. And at the end of the day, you're going to be complaining again about how we didn't get anywhere. But it'll be because of your mouth. You didn't be quiet when we said, okay, let's go over here. Let's do this. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if we should. A lot of modern women talk about what they like, and they really don't even know what they.
Okay, ladies, this is a public service announcement for all my single ladies out there. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. So I have been married to my college sweetheart for 28 years. And what I have learned in that time is that I don't care how much a man loves an independent woman, a powerful woman, a boss woman. They love feminine women and they love women that make them feel needed. It is just a biological thing over time. A masculine man loves to feel wanted, needed, and most of all, appreciated, ladies. So you know what? Let him show his chivalry. Let him open the doors for you, the car doors, the restaurant doors. Let him pull out your chair. Let him drive you around. Let him fix something. Let him open up the pickle jar. Whatever it is, ladies, make sure that you are making these men feel needed in this society where a lot of people are casting them aside and making them feel not wanted and needed and most of all appreciated. I'm telling you, that's all you have to do sometimes.
I think one of the wildest things that modern women do is they're asking men for the W-2s by like the third date. By like the third date, man. Oh, we have to have financial compatibility. I think there needs to be transparency. You're sending a man a Google form asking about his bonus structure, what his 401k look like, and all that stuff. And I get it. I understand it. But, you've got $47,000 in credit card debt. But you're asking how much he makes. And I guess that's why you're doing it, right? You wanted somebody that can pay your stuff off. You want somebody to pay the bills. Right? What I mean to say is a lot of these modern women out here, you want to make him throw his stuff out. Oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. But then you want to go and hide your mess. You want to look at him and say, man, you got a lot of stuff going on and you don't qualify for me. But then if a man would start digging a little bit more, he might say, oh, we're about in the same boat. And if he might start digging a little bit more in some of these situations, he might say, I'm pretty bad, but when we look at you and what you got going on, you might be a little bit worse than I am.
In most relationships, the man is along for her ride. You can say men are the leaders all you want, but in modern relationships, the man is along for her ride. This is what you got to understand, and here's why. This is one thing that I've realized about dating and relationships over the past 10 years. Women typically do not do anything that they do not want to do. Okay? However, men typically do a lot of things that they don't want to do. And I'm talking minute for minute, hour for hour, second for second, where you put your time. If she says, do you want to go bike riding with me? He says yes. If she says, babe, we should go buy rollerblades and let's go rollerblading, he goes and buys them and they go rollerblading. If she says, babe, I really want to go on a trip, I want to go on a vacation, he says, let's book it. If she says, I want to go to this restaurant, guess what happens? He goes there. Because men are simple, men like their peace, and men just go along with things because we don't want chaos. However, if you take a look at most relationships, if that man says to that woman, hey babe, let's go to this restaurant tonight, he's typically going to get a, I don't feel like it. Not in the mood. You can go there with your friends. And she exits. What I can tell you is women are very, 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 very good at putting themselves first. And the more you emulate that behavior as a man, you get ahead. And what you're going to notice is women actually will start to cooperate more with you. She will actually be along for your ride. And deep down, this is what she actually wants. This is what she actually craves. Most men just don't have the frame or the backbone to walk away and say, no, I'm going to go do this anyways.
It's funny because modern women have this thing to where, say for instance, a man might, stop reciprocating, or he might kind of pull back. From the time that man starts pulling back to the time that she notices, it's going to be relatively quickly, unless she has somebody else. But when he pulls back, you can give him about a week. Oh, you're not doing what you used to. I don't know if we're going to make it. Because if a man can't show up like this for me consistently, never mind that you've been showing up for her left and right. The moment you stop showing up, even after you told her, hey, I just feel like I'm not getting anything out of you, she's going to be upset. I don't know if you're the man that I expect you to be. But on the other side, it's been months since she's shown any type of reciprocation. It's been months since she's taken any initiative, since she's done anything for you. But you're supposed to be okay with that because I'm just a girl. And, that's not really how it's supposed to be. A man's supposed to lead and, you're supposed to wait on me and I'm just going through something. It's not all about you. You need to worry about somebody else and you need to have empathy and so on and so forth. Instead of just saying, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I haven't been showing up for you like you've been showing up for me. I'll do better.
I really have to say this publicly and say how much of a flex it is to be married to the person that I'm married to. Like, my wife is really that girl, that woman for real. And my life has elevated so much more because of my wife. And obviously,
Proverbs 18:22 says it perfectly. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor from the Lord. So I get it, because my wife, I got favor for sure. So shout out to God and shout out to my beautiful wife for being that woman, that girl, however y'all be saying it. Real talk.
You see with a lot of these modern women is they want a healthy man, but they don't really want the boundaries, right? And so with a lot of these modern women, they'll sit up there and they'll continue to crash out on you. They'll continue to go towards men that are fun time. They'll go towards men that keep their emotions up and down like a roller coaster. They'll go towards that type of man, right? But then later on in life, they'll want to, I'm tired of this stuff, man. I'm tired of the emotional roller. I'm tired of all the games. And they'll start going towards you. And even when they go towards you, they'll be like, oh man, I'm not used to this, and this. And the stuff that man that was doing that was chaotic, that was keeping them up and down, they're used to that. They'll expect that out of you. And when you just sitting there watching the game, they'll come and try to start an argument with you. I'm just, hey man, why don't we go somewhere? Hey, I don't feel like going out. Let's order something in. I'm going to watch the game. Why don't you sit and watch the game with me? Okay. And then, it feels good for the first few weeks, but until she gets that unhealthy attitude up out of her, she going to give you problems. And if you want to deal with that, more power to you. You have to move past, oh, she's cute, so her little spiciness, I'm going to leave that alone, to if I'm going to be in a relationship with this person, how are we going to handle this? And it's not going to be, I'm going to get into a relationship with this person and we're going to handle it after. No, we're going to get an understanding. And then I need to see that you understand before we move into a relationship. Because ain't no use in me and you continue to talk if you're not displaying that you understand. Hey, these are toxic traits. These are things I need to get up out of my life. Now, you also have to understand that you're not going to see everything about a person. And so sometimes when you get inside a relationship, that's going to show up. Those toxic traits that you have and she has going to show up. But the idea would be that both of you would handle it, would be able to come to the table and handle at some point in time. You got your little bad attitude. She got a little stinky attitude. Y'all give each other some time. Okay. What I was saying was X, Y, and Z. You get mad again, you try it again. Okay, sorry about that. What I was saying was this, and this. And you keep on practicing, you keep on doing that until you can say, okay, I know I'm about to go off. I'm not even going to go in there. Will she come in? Hey, just give me a couple seconds. I'll talk to you in a minute. That's how you start. You've already set a healthy boundary. You're just trying to get in alignment with it.
A lot of girls like to shame incels for being single, but what a lot of these girls don't know is that a lot of men are single because they're aware of who and what women really are. These are the men who spot red flags like snipers. One lie, one inconsistency, one attempt at manipulation, and they are gone. No hesitation. Because the truth is that you can't gaslight a man who understands how women really operate. He knows when something feels off because he trusts his experience and his instincts, not her excuses. He doesn't fall for the trauma dump queens. He doesn't fall for the pick-me soft stories, and he doesn't fall for the my ex was crazy fairy tales. He sees the pattern and he sees the damage. Then he dips like a chicken McNugget in barbecue sauce. And make no mistake, gentlemen, women can't stand these men because they can't be easily controlled. No buttons to push, no insecurities to poke, no weaknesses to exploit. Manipulation only works on the blind, guys. But the man who understands women isn't blind. He's observant. He catches the tone. He catches the switch. He catches the silence. But most importantly, he catches the micro disrespect that she thought slipped through. This kind of man is single because he refuses to settle for chaos wrapped in a pretty package. If peace costs him a woman, he will choose peace every single time. Modern women want men who are dumb, desperate, and distracted. But these kinds of men are none of these. He is calm, he is focused, and he is impossible to fool. Women like to say they love emotionally intelligent men until they realize he's not going to tolerate them.
it. Then all of a sudden he's toxic, controlling, and insecure. The truth is that he's none of those. He's just tired of entertaining dysfunction. So women need to realize that some men are single because they're selective, because they have standards, because they're not simps. He's not lonely, he's filtering. And the day he chooses a woman, she will be the rare one who actually earned it.
And what's funny is that a lot of these modern women sit up and say, man, I cannot find a good man. And really what they mean to say is, I can't find a good man to approach me. I'm in the gym, I'm at church, I'm at work, and I see a whole host of guys that I would be interested in talking to. But they're not approaching me, man. They're not trying to talk to me. Where can I find a good looking guy that's not afraid to come and approach me? I don't want to approach first. I feel like the man when I do. Newsflash. The men that you want don't want you. They've moved on to greener pastures. Well, they don't even know me. They don't have to. That's what men keep on saying. The way that you portray yourself online, a man is going to see that. You might be the sweetest person in the world, but if a man sees that online, he's going to be like, oh no, I don't think I want that. I mean, you're essentially like McDonald's. If McDonald's comes out with some chicken nuggets or something like that, and the chicken nuggets look appetizing, then people are going to come in and try the chicken nuggets. And over time, you might say, shoot, the chicken nuggets are nice. I think I might get something else on the menu. That's what men are saying about you. Oh man, she had a really nice personality. Think I want to see if she has anything else. So do you like sports? Not really. I used to golf in high school. Oh, okay. Me too. How many years did you golf? I started my sophomore year, and then, junior year, and then senior year kind of trailed off and started doing other things. Man, that's cool, man. Well, maybe you and I can, go play around one day. I haven't been in a while, but, I'd like that. Okay, so, well, let me tell you, let's go to a range first. Let's go to a driving range first. We do that, and then if you're comfortable, we're going to play around. Okay, and afterwards, maybe we can, get lunch. How does that sound to you? Oh, that sounds fantastic. And so he's planning around common interests. But a lot of modern women nowadays, they're not receptive to a man's leadership. They're not receptive to a man's way of living, his lifestyle, the things that he might want to do. So a man's kind of like, if I have to run into this, if I have to be around this, if I have to deal with this, I'm probably not going to be approaching.